The new you will terrify the old them. Not because you've changed, but because they never thought you would. They were comfortable with the old you, the one who doubted, hesitated, conformed. That version of you was predictable, manageable, safe. But now you're something else entirely, something they can't categorize, can't control. You've become a mirror, reflecting all the ways they've stayed stagnant while you've risen. And nothing frightens people more than their own irrelevance. The old you fit their narrative. You played your part, kept your voice low, kept your head down. But the new you is an unscripted force, a storm, rewriting the story they thought they controlled. It's not just your growth that terrifies them. It's their realization that they were never as important to your journey as they believed. You didn't need their approval, their validation, their games. You outgrew their world. And now, standing outside it, you see how small it always was. Change isn't just evolution, it's disruption. Your transformation is a direct challenge to their comfort, their mediocrity, their illusion of superiority. They'll call you arrogant, ruthless, unrecognizable, but those words are just shields to hide their fear. The new you forces them to confront their own failure to evolve, their refusal to embrace the chaos that shaped you. And deep down, they know they could never survive what you've endured. They'll say you've lost your way, that the old you was better, kinder, more relatable. But what they're really saying is they miss the version of you that made them feel bigger, better, in control. The new you doesn't cater to their insecurities, doesn't shrink to make them comfortable. The new you is a threat, not because of what you've gained, but because of what they've lost. The power to keep you small. The new you doesn't seek approval. You've learned the hard way that their praise was never about you. It was about them. They liked you better when you were manageable, when your light didn't threaten to overshadow theirs. But now, your light blinds them, burns them, forces them to retreat into the shadows where they belong. And you keep shining, unapologetically. Your transformation didn't happen overnight, but to them, it feels like it did. Change is invisible until it's undeniable, and by the time they noticed, it was too late. The new you doesn't wait for permission, doesn't explain, doesn't hesitate. You move with purpose, with power, with a clarity that leaves them reeling. They never saw it coming because they never believed you were capable. And now, they can't unsee it. The old them will try to pull you back, to remind you of who you were, to lure you into their comfort zone. But you've outgrown that space. It's too small, too confining, too suffocating. The new you has no interest in revisiting old wounds, in entertaining their games, in making yourself palatable for their sake. The new you isn't looking back. The new you is running forward, and they can't keep up. Their fear isn't about you, it's about what you represent. Your growth is a reminder that they stayed the same. Your strength is a reflection of their weakness. Your success is a shadow they can't escape. They'll lash out, project, scheme, but it won't matter. The new you is untouchable, not because you're invincible, but because you've learned to embrace your scars, your chaos, your fire. Reinvention is the ultimate revenge. Not the petty, dramatic kind they expect, but the quiet, undeniable kind that forces them to confront their own inadequacy. The new you doesn't need to win them over or prove them wrong. The new you is victory. Enough. Every step you take forward is a step further from the world they tried to trap you in, and that terrifies them more than anything else. The intrinsic need to seek comfort is humanity's most alluring poison. It whispers promises of safety, of rest, of reprieve, luring you into stagnation while the world keeps spinning. Comfort isn't your ally, it's your captor. It chains you to mediocrity, convinces you that survival is enough, that growth is unnecessary, that the status quo is your sanctuary. And so many fall for it, wrapping themselves in its suffocating embrace, never realizing they've traded potential for paralysis. Growth demands discomfort. It drags you through fire, pushes you into storms, and forces you to confront the shadows you'd rather ignore. The pain isn't punishment, it's transformation. While others cling to comfort, their hands blistering from holding on too tightly, you let it go. You step into the unknown, into the chaos, into the crucible that reshapes you. And when you emerge, unrecognizable and untouchable, that's when comfort turns into your sweetest revenge. Reinvention is the ultimate rebellion against comfort's grip. It's a declaration that you refuse to settle, to conform, to accept the boundaries others set for you. Every step away from comfort is a step toward your potential. And with each step, you leave behind the old you, the one they hear sir, they, thou, they get controlled. And they can't follow because they're still clutching their comforts, afraid to let go, paralyzed by the very thing that keeps them safe. Comfort is a prison that disguises itself as paradise. It keeps you small, silent, obedient. It convinces you that risk is dangerous, that failure is fatal, that change is the enemy. But the new you knows better. You've tasted the poison, felt its numbing effects, and chosen to spit it out. You've seen how it weakens those who depend on it, how it traps them in their fears, how it robs them of their power, and you've broken free. The act of reinventing yourself terrifies those who remain enslaved by comfort. They see your growth as a threat, your change as a betrayal. They whisper accusations of arrogance, of ambition, of cruelty, but their words are just echoes of their own fears. Reinvention forces them to confront what they refuse to acknowledge, that their comfort is killing them, that their refusal to change is their greatest weakness. When you choose discomfort, you choose power. Power to redefine yourself, to reshape your world, to rise above the limitations others try to impose. Reinvention is an act of defiance, a rejection of the life others think you should live. It's a painful, messy, glorious process, and it leaves those who cling to comfort in the dust. They hate you for it because your transformation exposes their stagnation. Your courage highlights their cowardice. Your victory magnifies their failures. Reinvention isn't just about change. It's about reclaiming your narrative. It's about tearing down the walls of the prison comfort built around you and stepping into a life that's entirely yours. It's not about proving anything to anyone else. It's about proving to yourself that you're capable of more, that you deserve more, that you are more than what comfort would have you believe. And once you've tasted that freedom, there's no going back. The sweetest revenge lies in becoming everything they said you couldn't be. While they cling to their comforts, growing smaller with each passing day, you expand, evolve, rise. They'll watch, envious and afraid, as you accomplish what they could never even attempt. They'll call it luck, or audacity, or anything that lets them avoid admitting that your reinvention is a reflection of their failure to grow. Comfort can never compete with reinvention. Where comfort sedates, reinvention ignites. Where comfort confines, reinvention liberates. The new you is proof that discomfort is the path to power, that pain is the price of growth, that transformation is worth the cost. The new you stands as a testament to the strength it takes to leave comfort behind, and that strength terrifies them because they'll never possess it. Society isn't designed for the conscious. It's designed for the obedient. Those who break free disrupt the balance, challenge the status quo, force the world to confront its own hypocrisy. You become a mirror, reflecting the flaws of the system, the lies it tells, the damage it does. And most people can't bear to look. They'll try to pull you back, to silence you, to break you. But once you've seen through the programming, nothing they do can touch you. Crafting a sense of self-identity is the ultimate act of rebellion. It's not about being different for the sake of it. It's about being true to who you are, who you've always been, beneath the layers of lies and expectations. It's about owning your flaws, your strengths, your chaos, and wearing them unapologetically. It's about living on your terms, not society's. Breaking the programming is a choice, but it's not one you make once. It's one you make every day. Every decision, every action, every thought is a step away from the old you and toward the new. The world will fight you every step of the way, throwing obstacles, doubts, and distractions in your path. But the fight is worth it, because on the other side of that struggle lies freedom. Most people realize too late that breaking free requires effort. By the time they wake up, the chains are too tight, the programming too deep. But you saw it early. You embraced the chaos, rejected the lies, and rewrote your own script. And now, the new you stands tall, a living testament to what happens when someone refuses to be programmed. The new you will terrify the old them, because you shattered the system they thought you'd stay trapped in. You didn't just break free, you thrived. And they'll never understand how you did it. Forever.